The United Kingdom's Ministry of Defense latest intelligence update on Ukraine, August 3, 2023. The regrowth of vegetation across the battlefields of southern Ukraine is likely hampering combat operations. After 18 months of abandoned farmland, weeds and shrubs have proliferated under the warm and humid summer conditions. This renewed foliage conceals Russian defenses, camouflaging their positions and complicating the clearance of minefields. While the overgrown terrain can also assist Ukrainian infantry assaults, overall it has made offensive maneuvers more difficult for both sides. The arable land, left fallow since the start of the conflict, is now host to rapidly spreading underbrush. This adds a literal fog of war that frustrates advances and contributes to the overall slow pace of fighting in the region. The Air Force Command of Ukraine Armed Forces update. Last night, Russia launched a barrage of 15 Shahed 136 and Shahed 131 kamikaze drones from the north, Bryansk region. The Ukrainian Air Force, along with integrated air defenses, intercepted and neutralized all incoming unmanned aerial vehicles before they could reach their targets. Over the past 24 hours, Ukrainian aircraft have conducted up to 15 strikes against Russian military assets and troop concentrations. Targets include equipment, weapon systems, and enemy personnel. Additionally, on August 2, Ukrainian anti-aircraft defenses shot down 7 Russian reconnaissance drones attempting to gather intelligence over Ukrainian positions. The staunch air defense succeeds in thwarting Russian aerial operations. Ukraine maintains control of its skies. The Air Force and Air Defense Forces stand ready to counter the next wave of Russian aerial attacks. The Institute for the Study of War Russian Offensive Campaign Assessment. Ukraine sustains counteroffensive momentum on multiple fronts. According to the Ukrainian General Staff, Ukrainian forces proceeded with offensive operations near Berdyansk and Melitopol in southwestern Zaporizhia Oblast. Additionally, Ukrainian officials report continued advances around Bakhmut in eastern Donbass. In the Melitopol sector, Ukrainian forces penetrated up to 650 meters into Russian defensive lines along a 1.5-kilometer front, per Ukraine's National Guard. Russian military bloggers also acknowledge Ukrainian gains near Mykilske in western Donetsk. The Ukrainian counteroffensive maintains operational pace without defined timetables. As noted by the National Security Council's Oleksiy Danilov, Russian defensive positions remain heavily fortified with extensive mining, complicating Ukrainian advances. The Ukrainian counteroffensive maintains operational pace without defined timetables. As noted by the National Security Council's Oleksiy Danilov, Russian defensive positions remain heavily fortified with extensive mining, complicating Ukrainian advances. Ukraine's multi-axis offensive keeps pressure on Russia's overstretched forces. Despite slowed progress and stiff resistance in areas, Ukraine makes incremental gains in the south and east. Russia faces continued attrition while lacking reserves to replenish losses. The Institute for the Study of War key takeaways today. Ukraine persists with counteroffensive operations, securing gains on multiple fronts, including near Kreminna and Vuhledar. Russia unleashed drone attacks across Ukraine, primarily targeting civilian areas in Kyiv. Russia removed a speech by the Russian Airborne Forces commander that exposed high casualties, likely to avoid undermining recruitment. Russia classified an investigation into ultranationalist Gherkin, possibly to avoid backlash from pro-war advocates. Russia continues offensive operations along several axes including Kupiansk, Svatov, Kreminna, and Bakhmut, achieving localized gains. Russia seeks better conditions to attract volunteers, struggling with severe manpower shortages. Forced passportization in occupied areas enables Russia to increase social control and legal authority. Ukraine's counteroffensive maintains momentum while Russia faces mounting losses and recruitment woes amid growing domestic war fatigue.